Hey, welcome back to another RSG Lunch Stream. I'm Ranger J 1999, part of the RSG crew and your host. For today's festivities, it's Friday, it's TGIF. Welcome one and all to the stream. Glad to have you here. I've only brought a couple of the crew with me today. I guess everybody else is out partying, vacation, or doing something. I don't know what the hell's going on. But we've got the Soulless One, Stanley Red, with us.
Hello there.
And he will be scooping up your questions and monitoring chat and helping me out today because there's only other one RSG person with me today, and that is, of course, Dr. Finn Medicine Woman.
Howdy, howdy. I didn't know partying was an option. God damn it. Why am I here?
Like you would go party, Finn.
Yeah, me and the Ewoks and the pork throw an awesome party.
No, you don't.
There's apple juice and popcorn and Ritz crackers. It's fantastic.
And human flesh. Yeah.
No, I've trained my wicked.
I don't think so.
At least not my human flesh.
Listen.
Other people come. I can't guarantee their safety.
Finn, it's official. Finn's a cannibal. I just throwing that out there. He's let the wicked in his witchy ways.
I will neither confirm nor deny that.
See what I'm saying? So, but welcome everybody. Glad to have you here. Get your questions in. We will try to get to them. We're gonna do a couple roster reviews today, and Finn, I'm lucky I worked out today because this mod stuff has got me really angry, and the working out got me really, really just calmed down and mellowed out and stuff. So. Oh boy. But if you have questions about any of that crap, go ahead and throw them in here. We will get to those as quickly as possible. So we're going to try to do these roster reviews lickety-split. And then we will get to your questions and just have fun. I've got my Galactic War. We'll kind of dick around with that. So glad to have you here. If you guys haven't already, make sure you like and subscribe. It really helps the channel grow. Now, we've got the Patreon we've got set up. Finn did some work on it yesterday. We're finally figuring out the tiers and stuff, and that should be done the next day or so, right, Finn?
Correct.
All right. So, so if you haven't checked out our Patreon, please do. Again, helps support the channel. Everything that you guys do helps support us. We really appreciate it. Make sure you give us a thumbs up for this video, and make sure you hit the subscribe button. Because if you're watching us all the time, why aren't you subscribed? You obviously like the content. Make it happen. All right. Any other mechanisms I need to get to, Finn?
Nope.
Are you sure?
I don't know. I'm distracted.
Okay, Finn's distracted because he's doing a whole bunch of videos. So, the mad scientist that is Dr. Finn, just prepare yourselves, y'all, because there's going to be some amazing videos coming out from Dr. Finn. So, that being said, Stanley, it's just going to be you and me, buddy, with a little help from Dr. Finn with these roster reviews. Shall we get to it?
Sure.
All right, so the first one we've got is Mol Koba. And he's in Empire Vanguard. Let me see what he wanted. Let me look. I gotta pull up Discord on my phone.
Mods.
Just mods?
Yeah, he wanted a review of his mods. He's doing well in Arena. He's happy with everything else. He just wants an idea about mods. He wanted a mod review, where he should place it, what he should farm, that kind of stuff.
Yeah, he's doing really well in Arena. Alright. You want to help me out here, Stanley? Let's do this. I'm going to filter just by speed secondary. If you want to look at speed sets themselves, go for it. Alright, let's see. Secondary stat. Speed. That's hopefully if GG cooperates with me. Let's see here. Yes, apply filters, you...
Yeah, it looks like he's got all of his best speed set mods on his Arena team.
I'm seeing that too. He's got them on Wampa, Nihilus. For the most part, I'm seeing that. He's got some on BB-8. Daka's an interesting one. Well, they're kind of all over the place. But the characters that they are on, I don't have any problems with. I mean, it's minor.
I mean, eventually he's probably going to want to change out his triangle mod for Emperor Palpatine because it's a primary stat of defense.
Yeah. I mean, he could do it now.
Same with Thrawn too. He's also got the triangle with the primary of defense.
Yeah.
I mean, they both have good speed, but you're going to want to change that up eventually.
Let's just look at his speed sets with the secondary speeds. No, stop. I don't want that. Let's see what he's doing for just speed sets itself. Here they're on. Okay, Nihilus, Treya, Emphas Ness, Palpatine. Yeah, so it looks like his speed sets are on his primary characters. Mother Talzin I don't have a problem with. Luke.
It's just mostly, that he just needs to keep farming more speed mods and stuff.
Yeah, he does need some speed mods, because I'm looking at page 1 of 3. His first page on speeds, I mean, it's pretty decent. I mean, the lowest one is 8 on the first page. Speed sets are the ones you want the most of. I mean, it's a great set to have. So if you can hit these, I'd farm some more of these speed sets, because I always see. I mean, yeah, a little bit more in the speed set. I mean, overall, your speed's really good on your mods. I mean, we're just basically nitpicking here. I mean, you've done a really good job. I would say do a little bit more speed sets just to add a little bit more to what you have. But he has 3 pages of speed sets. But you're mainly, for your speed set farming, you're just looking for anything that has speed secondary. Everything else just sell, because I think you've got a lot of good sets here already. So you're just looking to augment what you have with that. I mean, your other sets that we were looking at with the speed, you've got some really nice ones with speed secondaries overall. If we take out the speed, and we'll go back to speed secondary. Let's see.
His offense ones are a little bit scattered, though. I was just looking. So you don't want to just focus on plus speed secondaries. You also want to get plus offense. Particularly right now with Phase 3 of the Heroic Sith, whether you're running the Han team or the Greedo team, whichever one, you need plus offense on the other characters because it gets transferred over with standalone. So, yay! Okay, so with your plus offense is a little bit scattered. It looks like for the most part you put some on Chirrut, you have some on Pow. It looks like you were trying to go for the offense set a little bit with Chirrut and Pow, but again, you want to treat offense the same way that you're treating your speed, which is, does the bonus that you get from your offense set, which is going to be 10% offense, does that 10% counter what you would get if you put your best plus offense on the rest of your characters? And so I'm looking at some of your mods, right? And plus offense tends to be better than percentage. It's not always, but in most cases, it's going to be better. And so in just looking at some of your mods, I think you might be better off not going with a pure offense set on some of these characters, because you're only getting minimal percentages.
Right.
So for example, like I can look at your critical damage triangle, and I'll look to see if you have any others. But your critical damage triangle is a health set, which is fine. It has critical damage primary, which is fine. But again, if you're looking at Phase 3 and that's what you're going for, you want to get plus offense as your triangle, because critical damage is completely worthless in Phase 3 if your character is being affected by the standalone. So you want to get You want to get plus offense primary on your triangle, and your secondary is a 0.0 or 0.45% offense. So that ends up being part of it. Now, you also have, if you look at your offense sets, you have a circle that has plus 65 offense, and you're using your actual offense set for that. But let's look at what other circle mods that you have with plus offense. So if I go to your circles with plus offense, you have one on POW that has 143, and we can look at POW separate. But if you're creating like one big set, right, you could use the 143 instead of the 65 that you have on your Chirrut. It'll add 85 offense, and Chirrut at max level, yours is gear, what was it, 8? I think it was. Yeah, gear 8. So at gear 8, you're definitely not getting the maximum physical damage. But even at maximum Chiru's physical damage is just about 3,000. So 10% is going to give him 300, and you can make up almost 80 of that with just putting in that one particular mod. So is it worth it to get the offense set instead of just putting your best offense secondaries? And you have to go through your mods and just double check all of that. So again, treat it the same way that, I don't know if you watched the video on how to optimize your speed. You optimize your offense in the exact same manner. The reason offense is slightly more complicated is because some of them have percent offense as well, like the 0.025 and 0.5 and those kind of things. And so those add like another like 30, maybe add another, not even 30, 15, something like that, right? So go through your mods. If you're trying to get offense focused for Sith Raid for Phase 3, I can see some areas where you might be able to improve on that.
Hey, Tim Better said, what up, RSG? Enjoying the live stream from 35,000 feet. He's in space, Finn!
Wow. I've never talked to a spaceman before. Hi, spaceman Tim!
Unless my math is wrong, and then he's just really high up in the stratosphere.
I'm still going to call him Spaceman Tim from now on.
Rocket Man, burning the song. Alright, a question for you, Finn. Who sings Standalone?
35,000 feet is what planes fly at.
75,000 feet? That's,
No, 35,000.
Damn it. I was hoping we had an astronaut.
The answer is Godsmack, dude. It's Godsmack.
You looked that up, didn't you?
No, I love freaking Godsmack.
Okay, I just checking, Dr. Finn. Because if we had said something else, we would have had issues.
No, I love Godsmack. Okay. Although Voodoo is my favorite song, I still love Godsmack.
I like it. It's a good song. I've seen them live. They were really amazing. Okay. I think with your mods, you're looking good. Just take the suggestions that we gave you. It's really, I mean, Finn, I don't know, but it's just augmenting what he's got. He's got some really good stuff here. I just think those key areas that Finn brought up, kind of retool a little bit, augment, just keep trying to work on some of those, and then I think it'll be really good, man. I'm impressed for 2.9 GP that you've done a really good job with your mods. You really have. Let's see. So the next one we're going to go to, and if you have questions, Mol Koba, then you're more than welcome to come to our Discord and get with us, and we're more than glad to help you out. All right, next one is the Heft, and the Heft is also in Empire Vanguard. And what is the Heft wanting today? Or do I need to look?
Yes, Empire Vanguard Day. And where's Dana? You would think Dana would be here,
well,
but apparently not.
Well, I'm here to the show, like I always do.
Yeah, I know. Dana, we're reviewing your guildies. You know you should be here.
Mm-hmm.
Just so you know. I still love Dana. All right.
Someone should ping Dana like, they're reviewing your guild right now.
So the Heft is looking kind of just for a general review, but in particular, we want to look at his arena, what he can do in order to improve his arena team. He knows he needs probably some more speed, but we can look at his mods to see if maybe he can just reorganize his mods maybe for any, and then just kind of a general review of his roster, anything good or bad.
I think his PvP team is fine. I think that it looks like recently he just went to the Emperor Palpatine lead with Traya, Scion, Nihilus, and Thrawn, right? So I think he's going to be climbing up more in arena. Probably want to look at. I want to look at each character and see what their speed is.
Yeah. His mods are everywhere. God.
So I go to his mod page.
Yeah, I go to his mod page. His first 9 characters that have his best speed secondaries are BB-8, Stark, Talzin, Daka, First Order TIE Pilot, Commander Sabine, Nihilus, and Talia. So yeah, you need to work on focusing your.
Okay, no, this isn't gonna work.
That's where it's not that you need speed, right? But it's not that you need more mods. You actually have fairly decent mods. I mean, you have a plus 19, 18, 17. You have a good number of 15s and 16s. I mean, your first page ends at plus 11. You have speed secondaries. They are not focused on where you need them to be.
Right. I'm looking at Emperor Palpatine just alone. So he has a potency arrow with 30 speed. Good. He's got A squird's got 8 speed, but it's offense, but it's health. I don't have a problem with that. Circle, health, 13 speed, health. I'm fine with that. You know, since you are running kind of the Sith team, it's totally fine. He's got the other potency on the cross, only 9 speed, but that's okay. Then he has 2 crit damage mods. He's running critical damage on Emperor Palpatine. Now,
I don't mind that if there was like the reason for
listen,
it, but
no, this has got to. We got to get some more health and protection on Palpatine. He is.
We got to get the speeds right.
You got to get the speeds fixed, and we got to get. Listen, potency and health and protection is what you want on Palpatine. Not that you need any really potency because of his leader, but yeah, yeah. So.
So we have a video on this. So I know. So the heft here's going to be my offer to you here. Your mods are scattered, right? So we need to consolidate them. We're going to have to do a little bit of. And I don't know if you watched the video, but I'll tell you right now, I will do a little bit of teaching with you if you want to go through how you want to mod these characters and review your mods. Because it's one of those things, and it's not to be critical. Your mods are really scattered that trying to go through the mods right now is going to be a long endeavor.
We have defense on Nihilus.
Yeah, I mean, so
oh boy, brother, we got some work to do.
It's going to be a little bit of a long endeavor in order to remod all of your characters.
We're going to have to remod your whole thing, dude. I mean,
yeah, we need to remod, and you need to remod starting with your arena team. Now, with your arena team, you want your Thrawn to have your fastest set. You want your Scion to have your second. Then you can do either Traya or Nihilus. I like Nihilus being third because then his turn meter ends up being close to Scion, and if Scion gets attacked, Nihilus gets full turn meter. Just depends on how much speed you have on your characters.
Oh boy.
But then otherwise you want Traya, and then you don't. Emperor Palpatine can go a little bit later. So you need to mod your team.
Yeah, his Thrawn speed is only 246. He has a speed set, but then he has a potency set on his Thrawn.
Yeah, and that's the other thing. When you're focusing on speed, you want the speed set 4-piece, and then your 2-piece really doesn't matter. Getting a good speed, a good 2-piece set on your character is a late game farm.
Because Nihilus had the defense. If I see there's nothing defense on Scion, I'm about to. Oh no! Let's see what's on Scion.
Yeah.
Oh.
So you just have to focus a little bit more. I think.
I mean, geez,
that's it, and I think you can get a lot higher in arena.
I think so too. I think we just have to remod you, bud. I mean,
and I know I talked to him. He's on vacation right now, so
when you get back from vacation, you need to get with us because I just
we will help you remod your roster. We will put that offer out for you because
we'll even do it live.
Yeah, we will do it live.
Mm-hmm. You know, we'll have Grande there, and we'll
it's not like there's other things
going
on.
We'll make sure to give Grande a Riddlin, so before we go in.
I know Grande may explode on this one like tits.
Oh God.
And he should probably get a Zeta on his Darth Nihilus.
Yeah, that's a priority.
Yeah, let's look at his Zetas really quick too, because that's a little bit easier maybe to look at than his mods right now.
He's got good mods. We just got to give him the right places, man.
Yeah,
he's and it can help GP. He's got good mods. I mean, I'm seeing good mods, but it's like I would switch the mods from Nihilus to put on Scion. Like, oh no.
Yeah. Okay, so his mods. He has double Zeta Asajj. He has Barriss. He has double on BB-8. He has CLS. It binds all things. He has Maul. He has Nihilus.
Are you looking at the right person? Because I'm looking at the heft.
No, I'm looking at the wrong one. I'm looking at Mol Koba again. Sorry. Mol Koba's our last one. Okay, the heft. Double Zeta Asajj. He has Barriss. He has Roll with the Punches on BB-8. He has Cody. He has It Binds All Things. He has Sidious Zeta. Right?
He's got a really good roster.
Freya. He has Vader lead. He has Emperor Palpatine. He has Finn lead. He has Veers, Han Solo, Hermit Yoda, Strength Flows. He has regular Kylo Ren, Double Zeta Talzin, Zeta Daka, Number Crunch on R2, Double Zeta Jedi Training Rey, and Savage. I mean, except for the Sidious one, which may be a
I didn't
vanity
hear
one.
Veers. Did you say Veers?
Yes, he said he has Veers.
All right.
So I mean, Sidious and Cody are the only two that kind of stand out as kind of net. But Cody was good for a while. He may have
Well,
been
I
like
understand that one.
That
Doesn't.
Yeah, Sidious is an interesting one.
I don't know who he's farming at the moment, but First Order needs some work.
Yeah, it doesn't look like
it's just gear. He just needs
work.
gear on First Order. Get him to gear 11. That's another solid team on territory wars that you can use in the Sith raid, territory battles. That's one you can work on. I want to look at his Night Sisters.
He's actually at a fairly interesting position with his Zetas, which is that he hasn't really pushed any other particular team. So he has like Barris, which is a plug and play. He has Jedi Training Ray and BB-8, so that team is done. He has all of the Night Sister Zetas, which are
his
fine.
Night Sisters
He
look
needs
really
Nihilus.
good. His Night Sisters are done, so we don't need to dick around with those.
He does need Nihilus, like Sanely was saying, so that is one Zeta in order to finish off his Sith. But then all of his other characters are all either like plug-and-play characters, or they're in like small teams, like for example Han and CLS, both of them have their Zetas. So he's at a point where he can focus on a particular faction and then just Zeta them up. So he's not kind of like in any one particular direction where we would say like he already has one on crew, so let's go with First Order, right? So we can look at his roster and take him in any kind of direction.
He's got Night Sisters done. I would say since he's got Veers, I think your next big work is your First Order. Now on your troopers, I'm seeing that Stark and Shore Trooper at least. You've got Magma 10. You might as well take all these other 3 troopers to gear 11. Really gives you some flexibility. Troopers are a great team for a lot of events and other things that they're running right now. Not even mentioning territory wars, territory battles. Again, the Sith raid, because you're going to use certain characters. I mean, the good thing is you've got these characters at a point that you can take your Death Troop and put it on the Checksmith team, and then you've got still 5 solid troopers that you can use right as a team. So I would say, pick a team and finish it, right? So go ahead and finish off your troopers, then hit First Order hard, right? Because you've already got them 7 stars and they're already got gear on them. Just take them to that gear 11. You already got Night Sisters for Phase 4. That's brilliant, right? And you've got the pieces you need for the Checksmith team, and you've got the teams that you need for Phase 1 for the JTR team. So you're looking really, really solid in a lot of ways. I think it's just more of, now we're getting to those things. Let's round out these other teams and get them to where you can use them and be effective. That's where I'm seeing right now.
Yeah, and I was discussing it actually.
You might also want to get Grand Admiral Thrawn's unique.
You can. Ebb and Flow is nice. It's not super.
I did it, and it's good because it's first ship and stuff. It's a solid. It's
plus
a solid
he's
Zeta.
in his arena team, so.
I was using it without his Zeta on his.
I did for a long time, but I gotta say,
it didn't really bother me too much.
Yeah, I gotta say, once I did do it, I was like, yeah, I'm glad I did.
It helps, but it's not like anything that I think is game changing.
Yeah, Nihilus's Zeta is a lot more.
Yes.
Yeah.
He has 2 other directions. I know you said Imperial Troopers. He has 2 other directions that I may look at as well. He has Hermit Yoda Gear 12. Yeah. He has Grandmaster Yoda Gear 12. He has Kenobi Gear 12, and he has Ezra Gear 10. He could start working on his Bastila.
Sure. And
putting a Zeta on her lead. She's viable at 3-star Gear 11, so you could potentially build your Jedi team with a Bastila Shan as your lead and put a Zeta on her. The other one, and I was having this discussion with Thane yesterday, and this is probably a roster where I would say it might not be a bad idea to push in that direction, is his Bounty Hunters. He has a Gear 11 Boba, a Gear 10 88, a Gear 8 Greedo. All of them are 7-star. He has Dengar 7-star, Gear 7. His Bosk is 3-star, Gear 5. So he may want to start working on that Bosk hard node if he already hasn't. Start farming Bosk. And I think you might be in a good position to start working on your Bounty Hunters as well. So I think those are the ones that I would say is...
Yeah, you've got finished Troopers, gear on Troopers and First Order, and then get into Bounty Hunters. I could definitely see that. That's a great team to work on as well. Very gear dependent. Oh my God.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So
Enjoy
those would be the ones
Carbantes and Stun Cuff farm, because you're going to need a shit ton of them. Because I'm finishing up Sith Trooper and Sith Assassin right now. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Oh my God. So. Oh, it's just ridiculous. Vigilant Sentinel, $2. She said for light side territory, SRP or K2SO in a Rogue One team.
I like K2SO.
Yeah, people use both. K2SO. I've been having better luck now with K2SO. I was using SRP for a while, but it just wasn't working out. You got to get them pretty standard, decent gear. But yeah, some like SRP, some like K2SO. I mean, they both have their advantages and disadvantages, right? The thing with SRP is that if he has a buff and you're constantly getting buffs because you're on the Rogue One team, the turret just never dies.
Yeah.
The only problem is on that Phase 6 battle, light side, territory battles, that last battle, and this is why I went back to K2SO, he would get annihilated, and he would come back and then get annihilated again because depending on what you pull for RNG, they can just burn him quick. And you're just sitting there like, oh, well, that sucks. And then for some reason, it just led to the downfall of my team. Now, once I put KTSO back in, it seems to be going a little bit better. So, but yeah.
There is the one little exception to, and it's not really an exception, right? But if you can end up using Cassian in your Jedi training raid team, or your Finn team, if you have to do platoons and you kind of lose some of the resistance characters. And so obviously if you don't have Cassian with your Rogue One, then definitely go like SRP with Biston or something like that if you're able to.
Sure. Okay. What else?
What about Voltron?
Oh, Grim, we don't just...
Voltron is not a Rogue One.
I'm partial,
sorry, I'm late.
I'm partial to the Black Lion myself.
All right, let's go with some questions while Ranger does his Galactic War.
Okay, but if you have any more questions to have, you know where to find us.
And when you're back from vacay, we'll do your mods.
Get with us, man. We got to do some work on those mods, man. We really do. You got the mods. We just got to get in the right places and stuff. So, all right, and let us begin with the questions. Stanley's been scooping them up, and he will get them to us.
Jedi Gunny 262. Question: are Geos good for fleet at Gear 11?
Yes.
Depends on your shard.
I would say yes. They're very viable at Gear 11.
They're viable, but if you're facing people that have Gear 12s, then obviously your Geos are going to be slower, and Geos are already slow as it is. They're not like the fastest of the ships, so if you're a little bit lower than your fleet shard, then it might hurt you. But they can be used, yeah.
Ouchie Dumpling question: who gets better goodies, Patreons or sponsors on YouTube?
It's different. So sponsorship in YouTube, we can't really do much about. It's set at $4.99. We count that towards the VIP status. I have a spreadsheet built in order to keep track of whether you're a sponsor and or Patreon and or super chat donations and or PayPal. Like we keep track of all of that. So with that, what happens is YouTube sponsorship is the only way. We have no other way of controlling it that you can get access to the fun little emojis in the chat. And so it supports us, but you also get those emojis. We can't do anything else with that, and you get the little green name and stuff. And we can actually do stuff with the symbols, which I'm also going to work on. So you can get different symbols based on how long you've been a sponsor. So that's what sponsorship provides. Patreon will allow us to do a little bit more, but that is going to be linked to our VIP. And so it depends on what you're looking at the goodies. If you like the emojis and stuff in the YouTube chat, there's only one way to get it, and that's YouTube sponsorship. But Patreon will probably get you some more extra goodies as well.
Ski Trooper question: after a few more days of use, what primary stats do you think are best for Bastila on the triangle, cross, and circle?
So I'm using her at 3-star gear 11, so she ends up being a little bit squishy. So I would just say defense, and as much like, I'm going to quote Loki here, fast and hard. I mean, you want her to be able to take a hit. She needs to be pretty hardy. And so you want her to have health and protection. She needs to be able to survive. And then you want to get speed on her because you want her to go fast. I don't focus as much as Loki because my mods aren't as good. I can't get Bastila fast enough in order to justify making her go before Grandmaster Yoda. It just doesn't work for my team, so I have to make Yoda go first. So you can focus on it that way. But I would still say speed is what you want to focus on. But then if you can look at other stats, make her as undiable as possible.
Undiable?
That's my word. Make her as undiable as possible, which is defense, health, and protection. Those are the undiable.
Undiable?
Stats. Yep, undiable stats. Those are what I look at.
Kazakagi, too easy. Question, what's the best Jedi team to use to beat this Ground War Mythic tier?
I'm still working on it, to be honest. I have an idea, and I think I'm going to go with Kenobi, Bears, Hermit Yoda, Grandmaster Yoda, and Ayla Sakura, because you need a stun on that Grievous in the 4th phase. That's what's getting me. Grievous has a death mark, and he has like an unremovable health immunity thing, healing immunity. I don't understand, like normal Grievous doesn't have that, so hopefully that's what he's getting with the whatever he gets to rework. But you need some way to stun Grievous, so I'm getting ready to remod my Ayla to heavy crit.
Hey, no. Christopher Petrie pledged $5 via Patreon.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. We appreciate that.
Thanks.
Stanley, thanks. Thanks. Thanks.
Hey.
Wow, thanks.
I didn't mean it that way.
Jesus. I feel bad for even taking it to Patreon now. Like, shit. Let's get that man a refund.
Okay, I'll promptly thank them. Thank you.
Yeah, Paul Morgan just donated $2 and said Finn buy a dictionary. Well, he's not wrong.
There's nothing wrong with undiable.
Other than it's not even right.
It is. Kinda.
I hope you didn't kill anyone.
Fane Kyrell, question for Ranger. Why are you mad? You should be happy about the news that Clone Wars is coming back.
I'm over the moon about the Clone Wars. I thought the trailer was phenomenal. I'm just assuming everyone here has seen it. So,
yeah.
God, so freaking amazing. And these are the last episodes I'm pretty sure that Dave Filoni never got a chance to do. But, yeah, I'm over the moon, dude. I mean,
take all of my yes.
Yeah, just take all my monies. Disney.
Paul Morgan.
Go ahead. I was gonna say Disney may be off and on with the movies, but they ain't screwing around with their animated stuff. They have been knocking it out of the park. Good Lord, Dave Filoni in my book is he can do no wrong.
Paul Morgan, question, Arena is first, but is it best to finish Zetas for Sith Raid teams before putting unique Zetas on Arena team?
No, Arena first. You've got to have your Arena team top turvy to get the most benefits, because you only get so many Sith Raids a week. Every day is Arena. And if you look at it at the long term every month, let's say you're in a top guild, you're only doing 2 a week that you can get anything for, right? You're getting Arena every day. So 8 days out of the month, you can maybe get something from. You're going to get something from the Sith Raid, but Arena's every day, and if you're not maximizing the most potential out of that, you're screwing yourself in the long term. So whatever priority is Zetas have to go on your Arena team first, then work on your teams for the heroic Sith. It'll just trickle down.
I mean, I'll put like 2 little caveats on that. I agree with you for the most part. The only little caveats is, one, if you're already getting high in Arena and the Zetas aren't going to really do anything for you, like if you're still able to get rank 5, like rank 1, rank 2, or whatever your rotation is, your top 5, then you don't need to necessarily Zeta the Arena team, only if it will really help your team get that extra boost of some kind. The other thing is also, if your guild is on the verge of getting heroic Sith done, like they don't have it on farm, and you can, I don't know, Zeta your Han because your guild is suffering in phase 3. So you want to put together a Chex Mix and you need that Zeta on Han, but Han's not in your Arena team. I can see you doing it in that case in order to help your guild finish heroic Sith. But if you have heroic Sith and everything on farm, either way, Arena should be priority as long as you can get in top 5 or whatever your goal is, right? Hopefully your goal was top 5, top 10, whatever your ultimate goal is. As long as you can reach that, then you can put Zetas elsewhere. And then same thing with Sith Raid. Put Zetas on Sith Raid characters if it'll help you get some kind of difference. And I hate saying this, but it's the unfortunate truth of the situation. The way that they changed the payouts, if you're ranked 45 in your heroic Sith raid and you're finishing in 45, right, and getting a Zeta is going to move you up to 30, you'll get a little bit better rewards. You're not getting any difference in the shards. You're not really getting any difference in the gear, because the gear really ends up boosting up in the top 20. So you may just want to save it for something better that may be coming down the line, because the meta in Arena changes a little bit. So it depends a little bit on your situation as well. But Arena, definitely first priority as long as you're hitting your target.
Okay, Nathaniel Morgan, question, should I Zeta Bastila and potentially Grandmaster Yoda battle meditation, or save for a potential Revan/Malik?
I still Zeta Bastila lead. You don't have to get the one on Yoda. I have Bastila lead, I don't have Yoda, and I basically use it to beat Emperor Palpatine teams in Arena, so that's just the way I'm rolling.
Thane Kyrell, question, does the news about Clone Wars coming back change your predictions about what CG will be doing in-game for the next few months?
Nope.
Maybe they'll push back Clone Wars content and bring back the Eternal Twins.
Next question. I really thought things had changed.
I'm kind of loving these daily Thane Kyrell questions about the
fact,
Twins.
if you could just skip those questions from now on, Stanley, I would appreciate that. But he's being clever. I give him high marks for cleverness. So I was like, okay, Clone Wars, okay. Where's he going with this? Okay, I like it. I'm like, oh, he blew it.
Tom Bedard, question for Ranger in particular. What are you more excited about? Revan possibly coming to Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes, or Clone Wars coming next year?
Revan. Revan. I love
Voltron.
Oh, well, he's not coming, so I've been screwed by the man for the final time. No, Revan. But it's Revan. I mean, that's our Lord and Savior, so.
Okay, Ouchie Dumpling question, is it me, or is it just me, or is the picture of Arnold on the thumbnail of his new video just completely terrifying?
It is a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
He basically used like filters in order to just like skew his face. He like warped his face in like every angle to give himself like a weird, creepy smile. It's actually really creepy.
You want to know how I got these scars?
Yeah, it's actually worse than that.
Why so serious?
Next question.
Mr. Pennyfinch, question, Ranger, could you do a Cozy Spoon impersonation for a full 5 minutes? Thanks.
It's not Cozy Spoon. It's Cozy Spoo. Spoo. And with a C. COZYSPOO.
Yeah,
Cozy Spoo.
I could tell it that. It's not hard. I just tell it chillin'. Oh my god, Sucker just gave us 50 something. I think it's like Monopoly money. It says chairs every Friday and final pass 5 million GP. 1.5 million GP, oh my god, you're amazing.
I hope you didn't kill anyone I know for it. Huh?
What's DKK? Is that like some kind of credit card or something? I don't know.
That's
Danish crowns.
Yep.
What's that in US money? Is that like $3 or something? I don't know.
Next question.
More like 8 or 9. Hands Sandwiches. Question, I want Ranger to say this in Yoda's voice.
Holy balls, I'm doing enough impersonations already. Jesus Christ.
How much wood could a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood? Say that in Yoda's voice, and I guess Cozy Spoo's voice at the same time.
No, I can't do that.
I don't know how you say it in Yoda's either, because you'd have to like change around the order.
Here's nothing I say. How much wood could a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood?
Chuck wood he did.
Confused I am. Spoke well I did.
Next question.
Nathaniel Morgan, question, I've been trying to save crystals. How do I stop myself from buying a sexy piece of gear for my current projects?
Stab yourself in the hand.
Step away from the credit card.
I totally like sexy, so there's a sexy thing.
Oh God, no, Rutabaga. Next question.
Xylo 1111. Question: has everyone thanked our Lord and Savior Revan for the Clone Wars returning?
I totally did. I sacrificed like a mink coat. It was amazing. I guess no one here did anything because they're just lizards.
Next question.
Mr. Pennypinch, question: gonna start using Bastila lead Jedi to climb in arena. Can I use CLS in place of extra? I assume that's supposed to be Ezra. Till I get him to gear 11.
Ezra's hot. I'd use Ezra. He's so sexy.
Use Anakin. I use Anakin, not Ezra.
Nah, Anakin complains too much. Ezra just kicks ass.
you want to use Jedi on that team in order to get the boost. So ideally, you're using another Jedi that you have.
Ezra's a Jedi. What's wrong with you, Finn?
But he doesn't. I don't think he has Ezra, which is why he's asking.
Well, get him. What are you doing? Farm him. He's amazing.
So you can use Anakin or like
he's
an Aayla
so
Secura.
like less complainy pants. I don't like Anakin. He just all he does is whine and bitch.
Kazakage, too easy. Question: what about Dragon Zord?
That was the ultimate right there. The
Is that
Dragon
like
Sword.
a form of a lightsaber you use on like a dragon? What is that? I don't know.
God, next question.
Nathaniel Miller, by the time this is read, will we have had a Ranger rant on the mod changes, or is he holding it in for tomorrow or Wednesday?
So I know Ranger pretty well. He's pretty awesome, and like he'll rage when he wants to rage. You can't make him rage. No, unless Finn says something about porgs or something. I don't know.
I don't think I can handle it right now, so I'm not saying anything.
Yorveld, question: with what team can I counter EP-led Treya teams? I don't have Treya.
I would use gummy bears. They're amazing. They're like bouncing from here and there and everywhere. You couldn't hit them. They would just be bouncing all over. It'd be so amazeballs.
Oh my god. Okay, so if the key is to that team, if you're facing an Emperor Palpatine lead with the triumvirate, the key is who the fifth team is. The fifth character. If the fifth character is Vader, you'll want to try and run a Bastila lead Jedi team. That'll be your easiest counter. And again, all you really need, and I'm running so you need a Zeta on Bastila lead, and then a Grandmaster Yoda. He doesn't need any Zetas for you to succeed in that. You want a General Kenobi. You want a Barriss. For Barriss, you do want a Zeta on her unique. You want a Hermit Yoda. Ideally, you have a Zeta on his strength flows, but it's not necessary. And then the last one is going to be an attacker Jedi of some kind. You can use an Ezra. You can use an Anakin. You can use an Aayla. So that's going to be your counter if that fifth is a Vader. If the fifth is anything besides Vader, or besides Vader, you can use a team that uses Han and stun that character. Treya is going to dispel any Sith of any debuffs, but not any other character. So if you see a version that has a Thrawn, if you see a version that has a Enfys Nest, for example, you can use a CLS team, and the team would be CLS, Han, Rex, Kenobi, and Thrawn. And you can also substitute Kenobi for Nihilus as well. So again, CLS, Han, Thrawn, and Rex are your four main, and that last one can either be Kenobi or Nihilus, and I prefer Nihilus. And essentially all you need to do with that is stack up your Han with plus offense and make sure he has crit damage, and you can take out Treya.
Oh my god, Finn, you're barring the shit out of me.
Sorry.
Jesus Christ. Hey, is that Emperor Palpatine... That guy needs like facial cream. What the hell? He's really old. Get some lipo, man. Seriously. I mean, it's so not attractive to see wrinkly faces. I can only imagine the total rest of him. It's like, ew, sick, gross.
Andrew Wallach, question: can I beat the mythic tier of Separatist Assault Battle with GK lead Hermit Yoda, Zeta Grandmaster Yoda with no lead Zeta, Ezra Gear 10, and Old Ben Gear 10?
That question had too many words. I lost you after that question.
God. You might be able to. That team. What was the last two? It was Old Ben, and what was the other one?
Ezra.
You
Might be pretty tough.
It'll be tough. Yeah. The problem is still Grievous in fourth. In
oh
the
my
fourth
God,
wave.
Finn, we got another Patreon. The Space Monkey pledged $5.
Thank you.
It's amazing.
Yeah, the problem is you don't have a stun on that team. You do have an ability block with Old Ben, which may work against Grievous, but Grievous is nasty in that fourth one because he puts a death mark, he puts a heal immunity. So I think you will want someone like Ayla in that team. I'm having a hard time doing it without Ayla. The stun with Yoda is viable as well, but having more stuns, I think, is what you need. More stuns. Next question.
Andrew, no, wait, no, we already did that one. Nathaniel Miller, question: anyone else bummed the new Clone Wars will be Disney streaming only?
They gotta make money somehow.
I'm not really surprised, but you know.
Don't forget I think the other Clone Wars was on that Disney XD channel, right? So it was like a restricted cable anyways. You needed to buy a different cable package in order to get that channel, so.
Will I pay for it? No.
Chrome Cobra, question: what does Batman think about T-Money missing another Saturday night mature stream?
Well, T-Money is getting too high on the wacky tobacco. She needs to realize it's not what you do, but who you do it to. T-Money, get your ass back here.
How long has she been? Is she staying in Mexico? Good God.
No, good question.
Seems like a long time.
Okay, Ski Trooper, question: Grandmaster Yoda mods, offense triangle and potency cross?
Yeah. I mean, you can. I mean, he's all special damage, so he probably doesn't have a lot of crit chance anyway. So yeah, you're fine with going with offense. You can go with potency as your cross too. Yeah, I mean, I would still focus on his speed because his greatest strength is getting those buffs over and over again and spreading them around. So if you can get those primaries and get him good speed, then yeah, I think those would probably be the best ones.
Thane Kyrell donated $2. Cheap Grim strikes again.
Wow.
No, I'm not cheap. I just follow Urban Blaster's motto of I don't pay for this shit.
Andrew Wallach, question: what's the best gear to spend guild currency on once all the characters are farmed from there?
Guild currency he's asked about?
Yeah.
Or guild event currency?
It says guild currency, not guild event.
Then save it. So here's just some things. There's limited amounts of spots now that characters are going to come. They said they're not putting them in Galactic War Store. They're not putting in Arena. So we have limited amount of stores where you can get it. So guild currency, you can buy gear as you need it to level up characters. But don't forget, we have a Sith fighter coming right? And Sith Assassin does have a node in that she shows up at in the guild store. So we may see Sith Fighter, the ship, once it's released and then becomes free to play, coming up in the guild store. Now that may be a little bit farther down the line, but that being said, we're probably going to see some of the other characters. We have a bunch of the solo characters that we still need to get into free to play. We still have all of these new KOTOR characters that'll need to be in the game somewhere. So chances are that at least one from each set, so one solo character and probably one from KOTOR, will end up in the guild store, and you'll want the currency in order to farm them quickly. So buy gear as you need. There's nothing wrong with getting the gear. Get the gear that's hard to get, which are actually those either the blue balls that you can get like 5 for 150. I think it's the Mark 5 green discs that you can get for 5 for 100. Those are also good value. You can get the Carbantes. You can get Carbantes if you really need them, although they're relatively farmable, but you can get those. Stun cuffs, for sure. If you need stun cuffs, great place to get it. Then droid collars or the raid gear, you can get those as well. But overall, be limited in your spending of the guild store, especially if you want to try and get some of the newer characters, because there's probably going to be at least one from the new set probably in the next few weeks that'll drop there.
Ouchie Dumpling, question, when can we expect Finn's Prepare for Modgate 2.0 video?
I'm actually aiming for tonight. I was working on it just before this, and I'm working on it as soon as we're done with the lunch stream. So I'm working on it and trying to get it out by tonight.
Calvin McCoy donated $1.99.
Hey, thank you.
Thank you, Calvin.
Mo Dingo, question, would you place Zeta Bastila-led Jedi teams on territory war defense or say for offense? And it's for 160 million GP guild and would replace a Phoenix zone if it goes on defense.
I'd save it for offense because it can be beaten pretty easily on defense. All it takes is B2 and TIE Fighter pilot.
Yeah, 160 is kind of high. I mean, maybe you would replace any Phoenix team that doesn't have Zetas, but at 160, chances are a lot of people have at least a Kanan Zeta on their Phoenix. But yeah, I think for the most part, you might want to leave Phoenix. But it may be a good experiment because the Jedi teams can be a nuisance if you don't know how to beat them. So.
Ouchie Dumpling, question, does Ranger do a Christopher Walken impression?
It's crazy. I'm working on it. Dr. Finn, so angry about the Twinkies in his mouth. So it's getting there. But I'm not quite sure where I'm going with it.
Next question.
I'm not done, Finn. I don't know what's wrong with you. It's like you're a woman that's a doctor, but you're a man. All right, I'm done.
Okay. Chrome Cobra, why does Cozy Spoo sound like a Valley Donald Trump?
Listen, hold on, that's so wrong. It's so unbelievably wrong. I sound nothing like Cozy Spoo. That's fake news. That's totally fake news. Or I do kind of sound like her a little bit.
Calvin McCoy, question, when will the latest streams hit Apple Podcast?
Oh.
Tonight. I started downloading them in order to upload them to the podcast earlier today, so they should start hitting soon. Actually, the lunch stream from the 17th is actually uploaded now. I had it working, so yeah, I'll work on getting the rest of them up. It's up to the 17th now.
The Space Monkey, does my Patreon get my roster review moved up? I was put in line a while back.
Not yet. We're adding more tiers, and that is something that's potentially coming up in the tiers.
Danilo Papai's question: I have both Qui-Gon Jinn and Grandmaster Yoda at gear 11, but Grandmaster Yoda hits about twice as hard. Is that normal?
Who is he comparing it to?
Qui-Gon Jinn.
Oh, yeah.
Well, if it lasts for more than 4 hours, consult the doctor.
You know, it's crazy. I once had an erection for 5 days. And I realized just a banana in my pocket.
So God. So here's oh god. So here's the thing between Grandmaster Yoda and Qui-Gon. They're both support characters, right? So their damage isn't necessarily their main focus. But Qui-Gon is actually pretty much all physical damage. With his basic, he has special damage with his humbling blow and his assist attack. But he still has a physical damage. He has a little bit higher of a crit rating, so he has more chance to crit with his basic. Now with Yoda, you need, in order to get his crit higher, I mean his physical crit is higher, but he's all special, so the physical crit is kind of irrelevant, and special crit is always lower. So he has less chance of critting on any of his attacks, and so he has like more damage that comes out. But then when you load him with crit chance and critical damage, like his crit chance goes out the roof, then you're basically always critting, and then he does crazy amounts of damage. So it makes sense that Yoda would do more than Qui-Gon.
Tim Timmons, question for Ranger: mountains, blueberry pancakes, or Florida French toast?
Oh, mountains. Those goddamn pancakes are the greatest thing ever created by God. And I'm an atheist, but I'll give props to that. And what he's talking about is in the different phases of Ranger School, the one time you get to eat in the mountain phase after being tortured to death, the blueberry pancakes that those folks make up there. Oh my God. I being as close as I am planning to make a trip up there just to see if I can get my hands on some. And being that I am a graduate of Ranger School, I am allowed to go there as a VIP anytime. So, yeah. Oh my God, those things are delicious. The greatest thing that I ever had. God, so good.
Mm-hmm. Chrome Cobra. Question: where can I see Finn throw up trying to eat a Spam Twinkie?
Oh, that's a good
That's
question.
one of the videos that's coming up.
Yeah.
Soon, TM.
Yeah.
Nathaniel Morgan. Question for Finn: fast and hard or slow and soft?
Fast and hard.
Okay.
She may not like it, but that's the way to do it.
And that's all the questions.
Hey.
Nice.
I can't believe we got through all the questions again before 1 o'clock. It's 12:58, almost 12:59. I think we're good to end the stream right there, fellers. What do you guys think?
Sure. I have a video to work on.
This depends. Like, God, please, Jesus, I need time. Yeah, Tim Timmons, I could. God, he keeps bringing up those goddamn pancakes. They're unbelievable. And I think there's a family up there, if I'm not mistaken, that actually does that for the Rangers. It's a special thing. I think they do the same thing in the Florida phase, too, because, I mean, I think they just feel sorry for us because you see this ragged tag of starved, sleep-deprived, zombies coming in,
I hope you
walking up and down the
kill
Appalachian
anyone
Mountains
I
and
know
just look
for
just
it.
disheveled. It's awful. I still remember the first time I came back and a friend saw me. I went knocking on his door because I had just gotten back, and I knocked on his door, and it was about 10 o'clock at night. I think he'd gone to sleep already, and he opened the door, and he looked at me. He's like, "Can I help you?" Like, dude, it's me. Like, who are you? Like, what do you mean? It's me. It took him a second to look at me. My appearance had changed so much that I went from 185 pounds and just muscle to 130 pounds. Like, just skin, muscle, and bone. That's all I had on me. It was incredible. So, the memories.
The Space Monkey donated $2. Well, here's a little extra for y'all's advice. Thanks.
Well, you're welcome, the Space Monkey. That's what we're here to do. Here to spread the love and joy and give a little information around up in here. All right,
Space Monkey, that funky monkey. Space Monkey, that Space Monkey.
Okay. So that's our show for today, guys. Remember, tomorrow tonight we'll have the Battlefront 2 stream. Tomorrow we've got the Jedi Academy, and then we also have the mature stuff for, of course, Saturday night, and then Sunday we have our D&D campaign. Now, I'm working on getting all these knuckleheads to gear level 4. We did that little bit of behind the scenes of doing the sausage party of how it's made. So I've got to get caught up on that, but we will definitely be ready to go for Sunday. We will have an adventure one way or the other. People are really enjoying the D&D campaign, so we're going to continue it, and we're going to make it. I'm making it as best I can. I've done so much research on Faerun and D&D that, oh, Torel, the planet, the things that I'm having to learn, but make sure you guys like and subscribe. Make sure you give us a thumbs up. We always appreciate comments. If there's any constructive comments you guys want to give, we had one the other day saying we did a bad job in the mod review. Hey, we'll take it. If that's how you feel. As long as in his comment, it wasn't facetious or mean or.
Oh, let me do this really quick because I saw it in the chat. That was on True Draco V's shout out or on his roster review.
Sure.
And I wanted to give him a shout out because he came into the chat earlier and said that his guild beat Heroic Sith for the first time.
Oh, very nice.
So congrats.
Well, is he happy with this mod review, Finn? That's all I care about.
I did PM him afterwards. We want everyone to be happy with their review, and sometimes. I mean, we try to do as much as we can in kind of a 20-minute time period for each of the roster reviews. So we do try to get it. But if there's something that we didn't address or if you have any questions, we always make ourselves available to anybody that got a roster review. So
you still haven't answered my question, Finn.
He said he didn't have any questions when I asked him.
Okay, so he was happy. Okay, good. Okay. That's all. Just want to make sure. Satisfied customer is a happy customer. All right. I think that's everything. Hey, appreciate everybody for the donations and everything for Patreon. If you haven't checked it out, go to our Patreon. It really helps support it. And if you want to do something fun, we got the Amazon wishlist stuff up. I think some people have already got some of the. I got dice for D&D on there. I got some of the books. I mean, it's just stuff on there. So there's some outrageous stuff on there, which I did as kind of facetiously, like a new PlayStation. Do not get the PlayStation. I'm serious about that. I put it on there as something to be on there. Don't do that. Unless you're like a gajillionaire. But it makes me feel really uncomfortable. Like, did you just give me a what? No! So, appreciate everybody being here today. Check out the Battlefront 2 stream tonight. The rest of our streams coming up. Make sure you join our Discord and come hang out with all of us. We really appreciate it. Ooh, a bunch of blue mods. Piece of candy. On behalf of myself and the rest of the crew, everyone have a great rest of your day, and we will holler at you later. Peace.